If you're scared that cutting screen time will turn your child into a screaming, angry little tornado, I need you to hear this. The meltdown you're afraid of isn't proof you're making a mistake. It's often the first sign that the change is actually working. And here's your first step. When the crying starts, don't explain, don't argue. Just stay close. I'm Dr. Knit, and let's get through these 3 days together. Before we even talk about day 1, I want to talk about you. Because when your child starts screaming for the tablet, something happens inside you too. Your shoulders tighten, your heart races. Maybe you start thinking, this was a terrible idea. I know that feeling. I've had moments where I wanted to hand the screen back just to make the noise stop. Not because I believed it was best, just because I was exhausted. But here's something nobody tells parents. Your child is not the only one going through a transition. You are too. When a child loses a source of constant excitement, they naturally look to the safest person in the room to figure out what happens next. That's you. So before you manage their emotions, place both feet on the floor. Take one slow breath, then remind yourself, I don't have to fix this feeling, I just have to stay with them through it. That tiny shift changes everything. Day 1 is usually the hardest. This is the day many parents quit. The child cries harder than expected. They beg, they negotiate, they suddenly remember every cartoon they've ever loved. And honestly, it can look dramatic. But here's the surprising part. The goal is not to stop the meltdown. The goal is to survive it without giving the screen back. When your child yells, I want my tablet, try saying exactly this. I know you really want it. I'm staying with you. The answer is still no. Notice what's missing. No lecture, no debate, no long explanation. Just safety and a clear boundary. Children calm down faster when they stop feeling like they have to win an argument. Think of it this way. The storm isn't the problem. Chasing the storm is the problem. Stay steady, stay kind, stay boring. Eventually, the wave passes. Day 2 feels different. The big emotions usually start shrinking, but now the brain begins looking for stimulation somewhere else. This is where many parents accidentally make things harder. They replace one high-energy activity with 10 other high-energy activities. Suddenly, they're planning crafts, games, outings, and entertainment every hour. You don't need to become a cruise director. Instead, offer experiences that engage the hands more than the eyes. A bucket of water, kinetic sand, mixing dirt and water outside, washing toy cars with a sponge, scooping rice from one container to another. It sounds almost too simple, yet many children stay focused on these activities far longer than parents expect. Why? Because their senses are finally getting a chance to participate again. The screen was doing all the work. Now their body gets involved, and strangely enough, that often feels satisfying. Here's a moment that surprises a lot of parents. On day 2, your child might keep saying, I'm bored, over and over, and your instinct will be to solve it. Mine would be too. But what if boredom isn't an emergency? What if it's actually a doorway? Most creativity doesn't arrive while a child is being entertained. It arrives a few minutes after entertainment disappears. The problem is that we often interrupt that process. The second they complain, we rush in with solutions. Instead, try saying, I hear you. It's okay to be bored for a little while. Then wait. That's it. No performance, no rescue mission. Sometimes the most helpful thing you can do is leave a little empty space for their imagination to step into. Day 3 is where many families notice something remarkable. Not perfection, not magical behavior, just small signs. A child starts building something random. They talk more during lunch. They wander outside and suddenly become fascinated by a stick, a bug, or a puddle. Adults laugh at those moments. Kids don't. To them, those discoveries are real adventures. This is the breakthrough. The brain is learning how to create stimulation instead of constantly receiving it. And that's a skill screens can't teach. If your child still has emotional moments, don't panic. Progress doesn't look like silence. Progress looks like recovery. The meltdowns become shorter, the demands become weaker, the curiosity becomes stronger. That's the direction you want to watch. One final thing. If your child struggles through all 3 days, it does not mean you failed. Sometimes parents expect the detox to look calm and organized. Real life rarely looks like that. There may be tears, there may be frustration, there may even be moments where you question yourself. But every time you stay present without giving up the boundary, you're teaching something powerful. You're teaching your child that difficult feelings can be survived. Not escaped, not avoided, survived. And that lesson reaches far beyond screen time. It's one of the foundations of resilience. Don't focus on creating a perfect child. Focus on creating a child who learns they can move through discomfort and come out okay on the other side. If you're in the middle of the screen time battle right now, take a deep breath. You're not behind, and you're definitely not alone. Small changes create big results over time. If this helped, I'd love for you to subscribe and join us again. What topic do you want next? Tell me in the comments.